Hello students. Now we are going to study the next exercise of your extension 1 course, exercise number 7 and 8, that is the study of social group. Now in this group we are going to study the meaning, definition, classification, factors considered in formation of social groups, organization of groups, role of social groups in agriculture extension. Definition of social groups, factors considered in formation and organization of social groups, and role of social group in agriculture extension. Now in this topic, majority 2 to 3 questions are going to be asked. Once you are asked, give the classification of social groups. Second one, factors considered in formation of social groups. Third one, the difference between primary group, secondary group, formal group, informal group is going to be asked. Also, in objective, fill in the blanks, match the parent, the examples of these groups types are going to be asked. So this topic is very much important from exam point of view. So accordingly, we need to prepare for it. Okay. So first of all, we will see the definition of social groups. Now, what is the group? So we know that group means two or more people. When gathered together, we say that that is a group of the people. Okay. So what definition says? Social group can be defined as two or more persons who come together to achieve the common objective. Very simple. We have to bifurcate. Social group is defined as two or more persons. Two or more persons who come together. Why they are come together? To achieve the common objective. The objective is common one. That is most important. Objectives are not the personal. That means the same objective is for two persons or more than two persons. And to achieve that objectives, that people come together. So that we can refer as a social group. Now objective, for example, what you can say, the common objective. For example, drinking water facilities for the village, for that particular area, or approaching road for that village. So that we can refer as a common objective. So to achieve that objective, common objective, if people come together, then we can say that it is a social group. Another definition is there: any collection of human beings who are brought into social relationship with another. That means any collection means two or more people who come together, but one type of relationship is present among themselves. If that kind of relationship is present among themselves, then we can say that that collection of human being is nothing but the group. Relationship, that means we can say that family relations, we can say that relation with your relatives, relation with the neighbor, relation with your friend circle, with your religious people, caste people, any kind of a relation. If certain kind of relationship is established among the people, among that particular group of the people, then we can say that it is the group. So, whenever two or more individuals come together and influence one another, they may constitute a social group. Another definition. Two or more individuals come together, and what they are going to do? They are going to influence one another. Influence one another, that means they are trying to change knowledge, skill, attitude of each other. Influence means we are changing the knowledge of other persons. We are influencing him. We are changing his attitude. If that things are going to be happen, then we can say that it is a social group. So out of these three definitions, anyone you can write, but from my opinion, this first one will be the better one for writing the definition in exam. Rest of definitions are important from objective point of view. Now regarding group, there are certain considerations. Just try to understand. Now these statements are also going to be asked in a fill in the blanks. First one, group consists of two or more persons and capable of mental response to each other. Group is consist of two or more people. At least two persons should be there. And not only physically present, but they must mentally respond to each other. So that we can refer as a group. Okay. The communication and interaction with each other is essential. Whenever group is there, communication must be there. Interaction, communication, both are the same. Communication, relation, interaction should be there among the people. Then we can say that that group is exist. Communication must be reciprocal, two-way. There should not be one-way communication. Right now, I am going to speak with you, but this is a one-way communication because I am going to speak only with you, and you are not going to ask any doubt or anything to me. Main thing, there must be a reciprocal communication, two-way communication. Both the persons are able to speak, able to answer each other. So in a group there must be two-way communication. That is most important. One-way communication does not constitute a group. Right now I am going to communicate with you, but this is not a group. Okay, because you are not going to share any thought with me. So one-way communication is not possible to constitute a group or to form a group. Group exists as long as reciprocal psychological interaction is there. Psychological interaction, that means fluent communication should be there among the members. If that communication happen, then we can say that the group will exist lifelong. The common objectives, interests, values essentials to form the groups. Whatever the objectives, interests, values are there of all individuals, that should be common one. If commonness is there, then group will be formed. You will see, whenever there is common objective, we gather together and try to achieve that objective, try to achieve that targets. Okay, so when commonness is there, immediately the group of people is going to be formed. If you want to help somebody, combinedly we come together and try to help that particular persons, because the objective is common. Okay. The formation of group depend upon the situation that causes the people to unite or to come together. It depends upon the situation. For example, if there is an accident, immediately people gather together. So that accident is the situation which make the people to come together. If there is no any accident on a road, people will not gather and group will not form. Right? Then characteristics of the groups. This is also going to be asked in the exam. Only statements are there. Members are related with each other. Some kind of relation is there. We have discussed in a definition. Friend circle, friendship, neighbor, villager, or relation with your relatives. Okay. It involves sense of unity and feeling of love, sympathy with each other. Sense of unity, feeling of love is there among the members. Unity is there. We try to come together. We try to gather together. Okay. Members have sense of we feeling. That means we are taking care of each other. We have developed certain kind of feeling with each other. For example, in your family, we have certain kind of feeling with each other. Okay. Interests, ideas, values are the common that we have discussed right now. Exert control over the action of the member. That means it try to control the behavior of the member and direct them toward the common objectives. Group always try to exert the control over the members. For example, if family, we take example of family. Family member or elder persons in family, our parents always try to make control on the behavior of ourselves and try to guide us toward particular common goal. Achieve that particular goal, we are trying to influence each other. That is, group exists control over each other. Social groups are dynamic, not static. This statement is very much important. It is going to be asked in exam. Social groups are dynamic. Dynamic, that means changing one. Changes are going to be carried out in groups. For example, if you take the family, the changes are going to be happen in our family. Some members will add, some member will leave the groups. After marriage, changes are going to be happen. After death, changes are going to be happen. After birth, it is going to be happen. So it is a dynamic one. Any group, it is dynamic one. Not statics. Not static means stabdha. Remain as it is. Groups are not static. Once it form, it does not change. It is not going to be happen. Group are always going to be changed. Relations are changed, members are changed, rules are going to be changed. Everything is always going to be changed. So it is said that groups are dynamic, not static. And this one also most important statement. Physical proximity is not necessary to form the group. Physical proximity means physically nearness. Right now I am in college, you are at your home, but even though we are a member of College of Agriculture Baramati, right now physically we are away from each other, but even though we are a member of which group? College of Agriculture Baramati. So physical proximity is not necessary to form a particular group. Without physical nearness, we are able to we are acting as a member of that particular groups. So that is the characteristics of group. Now the major part of this topic is the classification of groups. So there are a number of types of classification. In that type, again different subtypes are there. So first one, classification according to degree of organization. Now what is the degree of organization? First of all we will see. Classification of group according to degree of organization. So well organized group have well defined objectives. For example, if you take the example of any particular group, if that group is well organized one, they have well defined objectives. And according to that objectives, they are trying to carry out their work. Okay. Functioning of that group is governed by rules and regulations. Rules regulations are going to use to carry out the work in that particular group. For example, we can say the college is there, or we can say the Gram Panchayat. That is also one of the group. So rules regulations are there. You try to follow college, Gram Panchayat. They are trying to follow the rules and regulations for their work. Okay. Now, what is the degree of organization? The number of rules regulations which govern the functioning of group. The number of rules regulations which are adopted by that particular groups. That number of rules regulations is going to decide the degree of organization. Degree means percentage. That means if number of rules regulations are more, degree of organization is high. If number of rules regulations are low, degree of organization is low. Are you getting? Degree means percentage, what we can see. So number of rules regulations are going to decide the degree of organization of that particular group. Now, which are the types under degree of organization? So first one is the formal groups. Always remember, formal means rules regulations are there. What we have seen here, what degree of organization says, it is majority based on number of rules regulations. Now, group type, what will the groups types? One group might going to adopt all rules regulations, one group without rules regulations. So accordingly types are there. So first one is the formal group and second one is the informal group. Now what formal group says? Formal means rules regulation, always remember. So more rules regulations govern the functioning. Rules regulations are more adopted by that particular groups. Relationships are governed by rules regulations and many restrictions are there. Relationship which present among the member, it is governed by the rules and many restrictions are there. Restriction means limitations are there. Bandhan hai, khub bandhan rahat on the behavior of that particular member. It is large in size. For example, what will be the example? That is college. Another one, what you can say, that the army, government department. Now you can see these are the bigger organizations, large organizations. Many restrictions are there if you are become a member of these groups. Rules regulations are going to be followed. Large number of rules regulations are going to be followed. So that is the formal group. Easily you are able to explain it. Okay. Now second one is informal group. Informal means without rules regulations. Okay. So no much formalities, no much rules, no much regulations. Okay. Degree of organization is less. As rules regulations are low, degree of organization is low. This degree of organization, it is low. Members not undergo confinement. Confinement, that means limitations, restrictions. Not much more restrictions are there on the member of that particular group. No strict limitations on the behavior and action. No any limitations are there on the behavior of the members. Members have many liberties and very less control is there on the members of the group. What will the example? For example, what it will be? That is friendship group, gossip group, family groups. Rules regulations are very low or no much formalities, no rules regulation, liberty is there, no strict limitations. That is the degree of organization, informal group. Okay. Examples are very much important from exam point of view. Now the difference between formal group and informal group is going to be asked. Okay. Same aspects are there what we discuss in explanation. There is definite procedure of functioning, no definite procedure. Now always remember formal rules regulations, informal without rules regulations. So here it is say that definite procedure is there. Here is no definite procedure. Definite roles of operation. No definite role and rules. Rules regulations are not present in a informal group. Now in formal group, rigidity is being enforced. Rigidity means limitations. Here members are free to act and think. No limitations are there, no rigidity is there, members are free to discuss. Now formal group, more stable group, because definite procedure is there, rules regulations are there, rigidity is there, so it is much more stable group. Modat nahi, it is not going to be disappear. Informal group, stability is less, break at any time. It can be break at any time. Okay. Now examples are of formal group, village council, service cooperative society, labor union. So that are the formal groups which are existed lifelong. Village council means Gram Panchayat. Service cooperative society, it always present in our village. Now informal group, play group. Whenever there is quarrel, conflict, that group is going to be break. Because no definite procedure, no rules are there, members are free to act and think. It can be break at any time, play group. So informal group is a play group. Now this difference is going to be asked in the exam. Now another classification we are going to discuss here, that is the nature of interaction. Nature of interaction means the way of communication, or what we can say, the nature of relation which exists among the member in the group. Now relationship between members are taken into account. See here, relations. In this classification, relation is going to be counted for making the classification of that particular group. So first one is the primary group and second one is the secondary group. Okay. Now primary group, relation is direct and face to face. Face to face relationships are there, personal relationships are there. Okay. It is small in size. That is primary. For example, what it will be, the family friend circle. Direct relation is there among our family member, friend circle, face to face relations are there, personal relations are there, and it is small in size. That is a primary group. Now second one is secondary group. So relation is indirect, apratyaksha. Indirect relations are there, big in size and formal in nature, means rules regulations are going to be followed. And for example, ICR or any industrial organization, government department, industrial organizations, ICR, that is a government organization. So here we can see that in government organization, government department, relations are indirect. These organizations are big in size and the rules regulations are going to follow in this organization. So that is according to nature of interaction. Okay. Now we will see the difference between primary and secondary definitely going to be asked. Either this difference is asked or either classification is going to be asked in an exam. Now what difference says? Primary group, always remember, relations are direct, face to face, personal. Here relations are indirect, impersonal and formal. Okay. So individual depend on the group for fulfillment of need. Examples are primary group, examples are family friend circle. Secondary group examples are, that is what we have discussed here, government organization or industrial organization, that is the secondary group. Okay. So in a primary group, mutual relationship of members are direct, more intimate, personal and face to face. Relations are personal, face to face, more intimate means closer and direct. While in secondary group, relations are indirect, impersonal and less face to face. Okay. Now second one, there is continuity of relation among the members and they know each other from childhood. Relationship is continuous, that means permanent relation is there and we know each other from childhood. For example, family friend circle, same characteristics are there. Secondary group, there is no continuity of permanence relationship, no permanent continuity is there, and knowledge of member is limited only the work. In government organization, we know each other for only the particular work. After work, we are going to leave that relation. The position of each person is determined on the basis of family. From which family we are accordingly in society, your position is going to be decided. The position of member is determined on the basis of work or function. Which kind of task, which kind of post work we are going to do, accordingly our position is going to be decided in a society. Relationship is natural. Naturally, that kind of relations are developed among ourselves. Relation is formal. As you are becoming selected for particular post in that organization, accordingly your relation is going to be decided. In primary group, behavior of member is controlled by inner power. That means elder persons try to control the behavior of the particular member. In secondary group, government organizations, behavior of members is controlled by external power. External power, that means rules, regulations are there which are try to control the behavior of a member. Then individuals depend upon groups for fulfillment of their need. We depend on our family for fulfillment of need, food, clothes, shelter. Here, individual is self-reliant, self-sufficient from the point of view of fulfillment of need. That means it is depend upon that particular persons regarding needs. He is able to satisfy his own needs by himself. Primary group, membership is compulsory and continued for lifelong. Compulsory, we have to act as a member of that group. Even though we leave our family, even though we consider as a member of that particular family for lifelong. The membership is optional. He can resign from the membership any time. We can leave that job, we can leave that organizations at any time. So here it is said that membership is optional, not a permanent. The aims of the members are identical or same. There is love and sympathy among the members. Aims means targets, objects are same, and among our family member, friend circle, love, sympathy is there. Here, aims or interests of the members are not identical. Lack of cooperation, sympathy is there among the members. In organizations, when you are acting as an employee, the lack of cooperation is there, lack of sympathy is there. We are only focusing on our own interests, not on the interest of society or other members. In primary group, size is small, family, friend circle, small size is there. Secondary group, these groups are big one, government organization, big one. Found mostly in village. Basically, government organizations are not much more present in the village. So it is here, it is said that found mostly in village, here found mostly in cities. And the last one, that is control even personal life of its member. Personal relation is there among the members, so we try to control the personal life of particular individual. In friend circle, family, we are going to do it. But here, do not exercise any control over the personal life. Personal life did not play any role in a government organization. Whatever tasks are there, we need to follow that task only. We didn't bother for personal life of that particular individual. So this is the difference between primary group and secondary group. You need to prepare for that difference. Definitely either this primary secondary group or classification of group is going to be asked in a final exam. So accordingly you need to prepare for it. Now for rest of the classification, we will discuss that topic in next lecture. Are you getting? So thank you and bye bye.